Yes, guys, welcome back to More GBFC. The missing piece for Arsenal this season. Is the missing piece of the jigsaw back, or is the missing piece still missing? In today's video, I'm going to obviously break down Arsenal 2, Fulham 1 in the Premier League last night. I'm so happy that Premier League football is back. Chelsea play Spurs on Thursday. But on More GBFC, I want to be able to talk about other clubs. I want to try and take the Chelsea bias out of things. And look, Arsenal are an impressive side. I wouldn't necessarily say this season it's been the same kind of watch if we're talking about entertainment purposes, where Arsenal of the last couple of seasons, you watch them and you're like, wow, this is good football. They're scoring loads of goals. They don't concede many. They still don't concede many. But is it the same entertaining watch as it once was? I'm not necessarily sure. But I do think with Mikel Arteta's comments recently, there are some managers that might hype up the summer that's come in or play down the summer that's come in. And I think Arsenal are in that position now where they basically, they're tired of constantly coming second. If it isn't Man City that they're chasing down, but they're not chasing them down, now it's Liverpool that they're chasing down, but not chasing them down. Do you know what I mean? There is one way to go here for Arsenal, and that is address the painstakingly obvious missing pieces, and that is a clinical elite striker. However, when we take a look at that Premier League table, I want to start off the discussion here today, not by breaking the game down. We're going to do that later in this video. But Arsenal fans, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below, because I'm just going to paint the picture for you here. Because Liverpool have got 70 points. They've got a game in hand on you. They are 9 points clear of you in the Premier League. Arsenal have won their last 2. Is it even possible that Arsenal can win the league? Are Arsenal fans even thinking about it? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm not an Arsenal fan. If it was me and I look at that Liverpool record, I'm probably thinking the league is very much done. It's a formality. But you've also got to remember, right? Liverpool have got Merseyside Derby coming up tonight, and we'll speak about that game tomorrow on More GBFC. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. But Liverpool also, off the back of being knocked out of the Champions League by PSG, they were knocked out and, well, they lost the final of the Carabao Cup to Newcastle. Is there going to be a hangover from that? Can they get themselves and pick themselves back up? They should be able to when the league's at stake. But if we take a little look at the game last night, this is the momentum chart. You guys know I absolutely love these things. Arsenal, there's not really much going on in the first half. They pick up a little bit, and then Mikel Merino is the goal scorer. He's playing centre forward again. He's actually doing very well in this role, to be honest. But is he that clinical? Is he that game changer of a player? Probably not really. So I think Arsenal this season, for the majority of it, they've just kind of been patching things together. And I think they've actually done a pretty good job of doing that. But the key talking point for Arsenal is the injury to this man. Gabriel Magalhães goes off 16 minutes into the game. He pulls up, and the early signs are that he will miss the game against Real Madrid in the Champions League. And look, Real Madrid, we know what they're like. Blistering going forward, so organised. And if you take probably your best defender out of that, the chances are you've got a significantly tougher task at hand than if he's playing. Gabriel goes off. Arsenal slightly worried. But then Mikael Merino turns up again, and he's the star man. He gets player of the match. From an XG of 0.07, it takes a massive deflection, but your striker's got to be just trying to poke at the ball there, trying to get it through the crowd of players. It does get through, and it beats former Arsenal goalkeeper Bernd Leno. In terms of the numbers, not really too many touches of the ball. He's winning his ground duels, no aerials won, but solid. If you're playing centre forward, that is what you need to do. But when we talk about the missing piece, we have got to discuss the man that came off the bench for Arsenal and effectively won them the game. Bukayo Saka comes on with 24 minutes to go, and he's not played football since December, but still, he is the second highest big chance creator in the Premier League. And these numbers speak for themselves. Arsenal so heavily rely on Bukayo Saka. It's true. They're still second in the league. There isn't that much difference. But would Arsenal be in a better position if this man would have played the whole season? You bet they would be. The goal itself, it's a good cross into the box. It's an incredible flick I think it is Martinelli who flicks the ball on. Really intelligent play. Brazilian kind of play, you could say. Flicks it on. Bukayo Saka nods it in. 2-0 Arsenal. You're thinking it should be game over. But this is brilliant from Saka. Comes on. 7 out of 8 accurate passes. It's not the best. But, he's not had that much of the ball. 13 touches. And he gets a goal. And I think in football sometimes it isn't necessarily about how much do you do. It's about the quality that you bring when you do it. Quality over quantity. It's an old adage that works in pretty much any facet of life. But Bukayo Saka, I think the stadium kind of elevated when Saka came on the pitch. And when you look at the title of the video, and I'm talking here about, is the missing link for Arsenal back? Obviously, there's nothing they can do now post the January transfer window to sign a striker. But Mikel Merino's doing okay. And I think Arteta's job this summer is going to be about when they do sign that striker. And look, at the moment, it seems as though Viktor Gyökeres is on the way to Arsenal, if we believe the reports that we're reading. And this man is an incredible goal scorer, an incredible box presence. And if you've got players like Bukayo Saka feeding him, I think Nwaneri is a fantastic footballer. This midfield three, questions about Partey. Zubimendi's coming in as well, so maybe that is like Partey out, Zubimendi in. This midfield is serious. This back line wasn't tested that much, but we've also got to mention Rodrigo Muniz with one of the misses of the season with the header after I think it's Iwobi that got forward. But surely he's got to score that, and then he does score late on. So Arsenal, technically, kind of lucky to win this game, but at the same time, as you can see from this momentum graph, they were in control for pretty much all of it. It was a simple, routine home win, and then it was made a little bit nervy at the end of the game. But the missing link for me this season has been Saka. I think if Saka plays more football, then when we look at this Premier League table, that gap between Liverpool and Arsenal, I don't think is as big. I think some of these draws that Arsenal have had, they become wins, and then we're talking about a title race that actually could have been, and maybe if you're an Arsenal fan this season, it should have been a lot more competitive. So this summer, we're hearing that Arteta's got a big, exciting summer ahead for Arsenal, and I believe him. I genuinely think Arsenal are going to be so sick of finishing second, of having these great starts of the season, being so solid defensively. But then this season, it's kind of been toothless going forward. If you look at the goals scored, they've got 14 less goals scored than Liverpool. But they do, in fact, have the best defence in the Premier League. With 25 conceded, it's not quite Mourinho's Chelsea, but they do look solid at the back, Arsenal. Now that Saka is back, I think they're going to get a lot more points. I think it's not just the fact that they know he is their biggest creator in the team. He is a great contributor, 4 goals and assists, and he gets one in 24 minutes of returning after no football for 3.5 months, whatever. So, big boost for Arsenal. The question is, are Liverpool going to give away enough points? I don't think they will. But for Arsenal, it's a routine home win. They get the job done. Arsenal 2, Fulham 1. If you're an Arsenal fan, what's the biggest takeaway from this game? Is it the Gabriel injury? Looking at the Real Madrid Champions League game, Saka's return, Mourinho scoring again? Let me know. I want to know from the fans of the clubs that I speak about in the comments what the feeling is, because I like to call myself an emotive football fan. And as much as I talk about Chelsea from a place of rooted emotion, I want to feel what you guys feel. If you're watching these More GBFC videos, I'm going to try and be as objective as possible. Obviously, I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't want to see Arsenal doing well, but you are. So I'm going to call it what it is. I'm a football fan as well. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video today. And I will see you in a few hours where we discuss Manchester United, and blimey, they have got problems. See you there.